Alright, is this even lined up? There we go, it's lined up kind of now. Everything's got a bit confused here. These little marks on my desk just don't work anymore. The camera's just always moving. So anyway, I'm just clearing everything up. I thought we'll do some Meccano. I haven't got any Meccano recently, but I did get the second-hand one. Well, I got this recently, but it's not brand new. It's like from many years ago, I guess. I don't know, from some other point. There's no plastic bits that I can see other than the wheels. So hopefully it's a bit more sturdy than the other usual stuff. So this is what it looks like. It's a maxi kit forklift. I don't know when this came out. I'm going to guess 2012 because everything comes out 2008. So this was originally from 2008. There's only 7 instructions. So if this is like Lego, this will take no time at all. And I have no idea if all the pieces are there, but I do have this, my previous Meccano bits. You can just kind of compare actually, the metal. It feels roughly the same. This feels like a bit heavier and sturdier, I have to say that. This kind of feels like it's slightly thinner or maybe a different metal. I think it's the same metal. I'm not a metal person, so I don't really know much. Well, I can tell the difference between aluminium and other things. I don't think these are aluminium. But that's not the important thing. So 3's the long one. Alright, okay. So let's just dig up the pieces that we're going to need for the very first step. Maybe that's the one we need. And I'm a bit confused because there's quite a few plasticky things. Oh, it's telling you the steps, but it's not telling you which is which. Alright, okay, it's the big one. It's the big one. That's right. The small ones are for there. So there's small little black things and then there's big ones. I think that's right. Well, we'll find out in a second. Oh, this is like going to be oh, I know that's it. Okay, and then this one goes down the bottom, and then we're going to stick one of these things on. That will be fun. So yeah, so now I remember why these things are not as good as Lego videos, because you really got to kind of concentrate. But where it is, they get a long one of these, so that's handy. That's not what it's meant to look like. Oh, at least it's very sturdy when you tighten it up. And we need a short one of these. Why does it say 3? 3's 3. Okay, and then we need this one, and that one's going to go. I think I got the wrong one of these. That's a really poor start to the day. It's this one that was supposed to go there. This one, why? Okay. This part 1 is taking forever. Right. Oh. Alright, if I'm very clever, I can just take that off. Put that one on. Put this thing over the top. I don't know. People did watch the Meccano video from previous things. I think people do actually watch those. Nobody watches ones where I do sewing stuff. So I have this donut, and I pulled it out recently. I don't know where I put it. That we're going to do a donut. That's right, a donut. So you better watch that. And this one's going to go here. So there's 2 of these. This looks very straightforward. Like, I think it'll be fine. 20 minutes max for this whole video. I can do this. I do feel like it definitely is easier to get it sturdy without doing too much effort. I don't know if that's the right way around. Is it that's not the right way around, is it? No, wait a second. No, hold on. It's... Oh, well, I've really done this wrong, haven't I? That one's supposed to go in the middle. Okay. It started off good. No, it didn't start off good. It started off bad. And it just didn't really improve. Well, once you get these ones out of the way, then the rest will fall into place. Alright, so this time again, we're not going to make it fall apart. Oh, it's going to be a coughing night. I've done so many videos without doing the late night coughing thing. And then it all goes to pickles, and that's actually the name of my cat, so I shouldn't say that. Shouldn't say that, because then she'll be upset. Because if nobody watches these videos, she does, I'm sure. That's actually not true. I don't think she's ever seen a TV in her life or any sort of video device. Right. And I did see a cat once that was a kitten-like cat, one of those cats that never turn anything, never really grow up into be a fully grown cat somehow, trying to catch a fish on a screensaver, and I thought that was hilarious actually. It was very cute, which I'm sure happens to many people. People always will have their story about how their cat did something cute with the fish screensaver thing. You know, when the screensavers were a big thing and that fish tank one was a big thing and everyone was like, oh, look at this fish tank. Well, I saw a cat try to catch the fish by climbing on the monitor. Back in the days when their monitors were the kind of things that you could climb on, and not these. But then again, you know, cats they will sit on anything, so they can climb on monitors. I have an annoying three-legged cat who lives nearby, and they're a real jerk, and I call them jerk cat because they're just really an obnoxious cat. They're pleasant enough to talk to, like they're very friendly, and they have very nice fur. I have to give them that. But they just don't get on well. They just don't play well with others, and it's kind of annoying. But anyway, I saw them with their 3 legs standing on top of the fence, which is like quite thin, and they just didn't seem to care. It's like, well, you've only got 3 legs. I do have to give them credit for being, you know, not really accepting the fact that they've got 3 legs. They just don't care. They just ignore the fact that they've only got 3 legs, and just keep going. But then again, they might be like trying to compensate because they really are annoying. They're always picking fights with other cats who just don't pick fights with anybody. And so, and I kind of wonder, I have this thing where I think, I haven't, and I'm sure you could just look this up on the internet, but stray cats or feral cats tend not to be as territorial or to get into so many fights as cats that aren't. So my cat is an ex-feral cat, so she's still a little bit on the feral side, which means, well, I can't pick her up, but she lives a happy little life, doing her own thing. But she'd never pick a fight with another cat. And this other stray cat, which I mentioned, I think, who unfortunately got hit by a car, he also never seemed to pick a fight with anybody. He just did his own little thing, and that was fine. And all the other cats that I've seen that are feral cats, they don't seem to pick fights. And I'm just wondering if that's just because they've grown up and they usually live in little colonies, and so they think more that way. They think like they think in terms of colonies, whereas if you're like this little pampered cat that's just lived their whole life to themselves, you don't tend to think that way. So I think I built this part here. So that's that one done. And then this bit here, I don't quite understand what this little, I guess they just don't want, alright, I think you should just start with this. Put the extra long one through here. And that one can go through there. So those 2 parts went really well. I thought that was really, that was fun. Didn't even seem to notice that was happening. And I think this one goes like this. I definitely think this is a lot better than the little tiny sets I've been doing recently. This is like what I remember Meccano being like reasonably doable. So they have improved, or no, they've deproved. So when they've been bought out by Spin Master or whatever, I'm getting the feeling that Spin Master hasn't maintained the same level of quality as the original, as Meccano had been before, which is sad. And like, imagine if Lego was bought out, or not bought out, but they were, they were sold. Have I done this right? They were sold to another company. Yeah, you can put them on real hard and then turn them around like this, and there we go. So it's still a little bit wobbly, but I'm pretty sure once you tighten everything up, you can get this real good. It's not going to wiggle around much at all. It's still wiggling around. Okay, I've got to stop saying that if it's not going to work. All right. So I want this to be super tight. I should probably use this the correct way. Well, I can't. Oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing this. I've got four more things to do. So we're going to do those before I try and make it really sturdy. Pardon me again for coughing. Alright, so we're going to do this part here, which is the top bit, which looks straightforward. It looks like this bit goes through there, and then that bit goes through there. Oh, no. This bit goes... Oh, this is going to be confusing. It goes back that way. Got this the opposite way around to the picture, so that's making me a little confused. This doesn't look right. No, what have I done wrong? I've done a lot wrong here, haven't I? Oh, because it's got to go this way, doesn't it? This is facing the other way. Why would I think it was facing that way? So that one goes... Oh, this is going to be hard to put on, isn't it? This is mean. This has got to go under here. Really? Oh, it does fit. I don't know how I'm going to get this nut on. Well, they've always got to have a really hard part to really annoy you. So this is crazy. Maybe I should just do the trick with putting it in there. Oh my gosh. What's the trick for doing this? Nobody can see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to put the little nut on the inside. Like, you have to put it in there. Like, can you even see that? No. I've got to get the light in the right direction. This has to be relatively easy. Oh, right. Okay, we're going to have to use the tool. No, it's going to fit on the top. Just have to pull it down. This is so much more exciting from the side. If only you could see what I could see. I somehow feel, as soon as I say that, I want to make a quote referencing Blade Runner. I've seen things you wouldn't believe, like a person putting a Meccano piece together. That's what he said. I was actually thinking about Blade Runner today. Well, I was thinking about the book. And why was I thinking about the book? Oh, I was thinking about cats. It all comes back to cats, that's right. So, if you have a feral cat and you want to move house, and they don't want to move because they don't understand what you're doing, and you can't touch them, then... Ooh, get in the hole. Then you do what I do, and you just wait till you have an empty house, and then you wait for the cat to go inside the house, and then when they're least expecting it, where's it gone? Over there. You get them in the house, close all the doors, and then corner them and throw a blanket over their head, or a towel. And this, I don't know how to do this. No, I am going to have to... Oh, come on, just go on. It's the trick is with this thing here. And it's the trick I don't understand. Alright, if I just hold it there. Okay, it's in place. How many fingers? Oh, I've got to have more hands. Oh, come on. Alright, we did it. It's in! Perfect. Yes, so you just throw a blanket over their head. And cover them up with the blanket, and then they struggle for a bit, and then they sort of stop and go sort of placid. Or at least in my experience, most of the times, unless they're like really weird, aggressive ones, in which case they just go crazier and crazier. And you might be wondering, well, what has that got to do with anything? And certainly, what has that got to do with Blade Runner? Well, it doesn't have a lot to do with the movie. Oh, what's this supposed to? Okay, this one goes through here. Oh, this is like a multi-part thing. Oh no, I think it's fine. Okay, so that one just goes in there. Well, this one looks like a nice easy step. Yeah, and then so, and it's kind of a freaky thing because they suddenly they're all struggling, and then they just sort of stop and give up. And in the books, for like, do androids dream of electric sheep? It's said that they're not called replicants. Well, they are called replicants. I can't remember. I think they're called replicants. They're called something in the book. They're androids. Sounds terrible. You can't remember what they're called. I don't think they're not called Blade Runners. That's for sure. And well, it said that, you know, when you corner them and try to capture them, they sort of just give up and lose all the will to do anything, which is not what happens in the movie. Of course, they're trying to fight their way out. But Batty, the main character, I think, just gives up in the book or something like that. And it's kind of like, well, that's what happens with cats when you put towels over their heads. And, I mean, I guess what can they do once they've sort of like, because they don't know what it's like being in a towel like that. If you're a cat, you're not going to be able to to assess what the situation is going to be when you've got a towel over your head, are you? You're going to be like, well, this is. I just have no reference point for this, except perhaps having a snooze somewhere on a towel. Oh, there's another thing you have to do over here. So, oh, this is tricky. Well, this is interesting. So you have to put this one on the opposite side to what that one is. Okay, you can't see what I'm doing. There's a picture, and there's those pieces go there, which we just did, and then there's a little thing at the front for the forklift, and that's going on the opposite side to what you've done. And on the next one, you do the opposite one to that. So that is strange. I don't know why you can't just do them both at the same time, but we'll do with what the book says. I don't think I've used enough of these little plastic things here. They must be. Oh, they're for the wheels. Good. Which, this is just going to be me talking about cats. The other thing, of course, is if you take a cat home that has, oh my goodness, 12 minutes. We said I was going to do 20 minutes. So I've got 3 minutes left to finish this. If you take a cat home that's a feral cat and you're going to try and tame them up by keeping them, like what I did was just keep them in the lounge for a month, which is very stressful, I can tell you that. The very first thing is if you let them out inside your lounge and they've never been inside a house before, the number one thing they're going to do is to try and get out through the clear transparent windows that they have no idea what they are, and they will smash their head into the window, and it will be a very painful thing to watch because they're trying to escape. And so I learnt this, so when I got the cat I'm talking about, Pickles, my current cat, she was the second cat that I tried this at, and so that time I had covered up all the windows so she couldn't see what they were, and put crosses on the other bits, so she can kind of go and work it out without having to smash her head repeatedly against a window, which is one of the most unpleasant things to watch. But cats be cats, that's for sure. Alright, so that's that bit done, and then we've got to get this bit. I feel like I'm really going to have to hurry. I'm going to put this one on here, and so that's about enough cat anecdotes for today. Though I did try and feed another stray cat yesterday, or the day before yesterday. They live near a marshlands, a river, a creek that runs through the town that I live in a bridge kind of area. Oh, this is harder than the first one. Alright, gosh. This is frustrating. And, well, I've seen them for 2 days in a row, so I thought I'll leave some cat food in a little bowl. I always keep buying bowls for cat food, and they're always like little kitty bowls, like, you know, for like toddlers and stuff, with little silly animals on the front. I find them kind of charming. But yeah, so I left a bowl with a funny bear bowl with some cat food, and I thought the local pukekos, which are swamp hens, if you don't know what they are, they're very, very goofy New Zealand birds. I had a funny feeling I've mentioned them before on this channel. I kept thinking they were going to eat the cat food, but it was wet cat food, so I don't think they eat that as much. But it turns out nobody ate the cat food, so the cat that was there didn't find the cat food. I feel like I'm missing this bit here, or I've lost it, because I'm pretty sure they had them both a second ago. Oh no, you can't, oh there it is. I can't have a forklift with only one bit at the front. I don't know what they're called, prongs, proddy bit. Can't really call it a fork. Why are they called forklifts? Isn't it? Oh, it is a fork when you think about it. What am I talking about? But now I don't like calling that. I mean, you wouldn't call the prongs on a fork the fork part. You'd call the whole thing the fork. So the prong bits a forklift has, but it's hard to say that a forklift has an entire fork. But then I guess maybe it's the action. There's like, you know, two forks. That's just not going to go anywhere. To lift something up. That's fine. I said the word fork. But it's one of these embarrassing things. But anyway, yeah, I think maybe that's the wrong. But it makes kind of sense. I've always wanted to actually drive one of these things. I almost had the opportunity once to get a license to drive things, but that never happened. It would be fun to give it a go. I think I'd probably quite enjoy it. That's kind of what I would like. I'd kind of like to have a job doing, like I do programming, but I don't feel like I can do programming. I don't understand people who do programming for 40 hours a week. Like no one actually sits down and programs for 40 hours a week. You'd be either, if you could do that, you'd be making tons of cool stuff. Like if I was doing 40 hours straight, then I would be making amazing things. And so since people aren't making that when they're doing programming jobs, I don't think that's what they're really doing for 40 hours. They're in meetings, I think, most of the time. Oh no, this one's falling apart. And so to me, it always works. Like I'd rather have something else that's not like that kind of thought pattern. And doing like being a forklift driver for half the time would actually be probably quite a good sort of way. So it's probably quite stressful, right? Because you're going to drop things on the ground, and then what are you going to do? You'd be in lots of trouble. So what is this bit for? Is this meant to... Oh, no, we've got this bit that goes across the top. We forgot this entirely, so let's just finish. Oh, 7 minutes. I don't think I'm going to get this done. No, we've actually almost done it. It's just the wheels left. This is it. How come I've got 4 of these? Why are there spares? That's nice of them. I've put this on wrong. It's got to go through here first. Okay, 1. Well, this is going to be hard. This is going to be... I'm going to have to bend it back a bit. So, bending it back. I've been watching some videos again, and I'm moving too far to the side. I thought I got out of that habit. It's just because everything's just got rearranged recently. All to try and fix my RSI, which is a bit playing up tonight, which is annoying. I thought I got over it, but hey, I don't think I should be using my hands to do typing at night. I think that's when it really is a problem. Okay, and so now we just have the wheels to do, and that's it. And then we've got some spares. So how do these things go on? Well, I think they just go on like this. And I think one goes in there, and one goes in there. And oh my goodness. Okay, all right. Good to have some spares, because I do feel I'm going to try and make something out of these. Just for the interest sake of how easy it is to make something cool. Alright. Still a bit twisty and turny. But hopefully we can fix that up by some judicious use. It's very hard for me to say that. Judicious use of tightening and screwing things together. Right. So we can go there. And I think we've done it. It's still a bit wobbly. Alright, so now we've got just enough time to try and tighten these things up. So that's going to be hard, isn't it? It doesn't even work going that way. All I have to do is put that there. And, oh my goodness. Okay, I can't do this. This is great. It doesn't line up. Okay, hold on, we've got it. Okay. We can tighten up that one. Oh, don't move. Oh, no, it's not even tightening up anymore. Alright, well that one's getting loose. And I don't want that one. Oh, this is the one that I don't want to get loose, because if I get that one loose, I'm gonna go completely bonkers trying to get that back on again. Alright. That was such a mission. I've actually forgotten the joke that I made about it at the time. So it was hilarious, so please rewind and watch it again. I don't think it was hilarious. Maybe I didn't make a joke. Maybe I was really serious and just discussing the weather or something. Right. Well, you're never serious when you discuss the weather. That's a bit silly. No one sits down and says, well, it's been a nice day, isn't it? The weather's been good and quite cheerful. That's not a serious conversation. That's just a silly conversation. Right. Oh, no, everything. Okay, it is kind of like it used to be. It is, well, right, this is what it used to be. Back in 2008. Financial crisis, yeah. Watch out for those Lehman Brothers. That's a joke. That's not going to make any sense. Unless you watch The Big Short or something. Or, and of course, if you were alive in 2008. That's a possibility, of course. Okay. Alright, that's... Oh no, I want to do these. How much time have I got? I've got 3 minutes. I can do this. This is not supposed to be a 20-minute video. 30-minute video, I can count too. It's going to be... Close enough. Close enough. Well, it's meant to move a little bit, right? Because it's... Oh, now if I move it around, it gets all loose. Frustrating. Well, I'll never be a Meccano person. Well, surely I could put another. Like I feel like you should just have like another one in there. Like you could put another one in that hole. Like if I put that one in there, use the spares. Oh, I can't get in with a wheel. How am I going to get that wheel off now? It's too late. It's. Right. Okay, and then put. Where'd it go? Put that there. Suddenly I have a wave of tiredness because it is late. Even though I'm not getting up with an alarm anymore, I am getting up with sunlight because I just wake up when the sun comes out. It doesn't matter. All right. I'm not a person who can sleep in. So there you go. It is much better with two. So this one here is just going to be floppy. I wish there were two on both. Maybe there are meant to be two. Did I really pay attention? Doesn't look like there's meant to be two. I can't see where there's two. So that feels like a shame. Well, I've got a whole pile more. I could just add more. Doesn't really matter. Well, we'll just finish up. I also got this recently. I featured this on my other channel, and I thought this was quite fun. This is, we've got 2 minutes. This is the electronic musical phone from 1982, which was 5 years before the previous financial problems. So this is all about finance. So this is how people did things in Wall Street in the 80s. You can make funny sounds. And I don't know why, but I quite like the fact that I got this. I found this in an opportunity shop, and it does have a back cover, so the back cover's there. It made me sort of chuffed, and I cannot work out why. Like, how do I know this thing even exists? Because it's slightly the wrong age for me to have had this, and I don't think I ever had this when I was a kid. And it looks weird. It doesn't look like a phone from the 80s.